Everybody. I wanted to welcome everybody that this is a journey for all of us. And I'm really, really glad that you guys all stepped up to the plate and wanted to become or agreed to become your club president. And that's a great thing. It's probably one of the things I enjoyed the most. My role and really the district's role in all of this is really solely support for you. Don't think that our job is to come in and tell the clubs what to do, because it isn't. We're there to be able to give you the help that you need. If you run into problems, to be able to help you with that, but generally to be able to support you and your activities. And I wanted to say that right off the bat, because I think it's important to let you guys know that I work for you and I work for your clubs. And I think going forward, knowing that we can have a much better relationship. I've been in Rotary now for 15 years. I was the past president of the Stowe Munroe Falls Club. I was the district Interact and Rotaract chair. And then I was the district conference chair, which again, thank you, Carrie Hepner, for taking that off my plate. And and then now I'm the DGE. What I'd like to be able to do is start off, and Steve's going to call out each person's name, and if you could just say your name, the club that you're with, how long you've been in Rotary, and why'd you join Rotary. I think that'll be a good kind of icebreaker for us to kind of get to know each other a little bit. So Steve, take her away.
All right, I'm just going to go down the list as it's in front of me here. I will start with Bob Schweitzer.
Good morning, everybody. Bob Schweitzer, PE for the Stowe Munroe Falls Club, following in the footsteps of Bob Oborn. Actually, I was supposed to do this 10 years ago. Things didn't kind of work out, but now I've retired and we've cycled back through. So I've been in Rotary officially 14 years. I've been associated with Rotary about 40 years, because my father-in-law was a Rotarian, and my wife and I are celebrating our 40th wedding anniversary next month. So Rotary has been a great part of my adult life.
Thanks. We'll go to Carrie next.
Carrie Hepner. I'm with the Chagrin Valley Club. I've been in Rotary for about 9 years now. I'm a Rotary brat. Both of my grandfathers were Rotarians. My father was a Rotarian, so I grew up. I laugh. I went to my first Rotary meeting when I was about 8 years old at the Canandaigua Country Club in New York with my grandfather. And so Rotary's in my blood. I love the relationships that you get to make, not only with your local clubs and districts, but also throughout the world. I've been a host sister to 5 exchange students over the years, most of them through Rotary. Very passionate about the exchange program. Was the leader in our club for youth exchange, as well as Interact and youth services. And I'm now thrilled to be stepping into the president-elect's role.
Thank you. Dan.
Dan Gary. Hi, everybody. This is Daniel Gary with the Paynesville Rotary Club. And this will actually be my 3rd time going through the president-elect system and becoming president 25, 26. The reason why I wanted to take it on is it's our club's 100th year. And I really wanted to go big and work with some other businesses in our community that could be around 100 years. I've been in Rotary about, I think I'm going on 8 years. I have a motto: if the right system's in place, the system takes care of itself. And Rotary definitely has that. And I've seen that through the process of writing grants, local grants, international grants. but I really, really have a big heart, and so does my wife, for Rotary.
Thanks. Barry, your turn.
Hi, Barry Kuzmikas from the Rotary Club of Strongsville. I'm probably a much newer comer. I've only been in for 3 years. A friend of mine was trying to get me in since 2006, but our meetings are at 7:15 in the morning on Fridays, and I had to start work at 6, so I wasn't able to join until after I retired. So I'm looking forward to the experience.
Thank you. John.
Hi, I'm president-elect of the Farallon Rotary Club. This will be my third time around as president, 1994, 2019, and they figured, well, third time's the charm, maybe I'll get it right this time. But I've been in Rotary for 49 years. Built the Farallon Rotary Observatory, which is on meetup.com, rated number 9 in the world for beginner amateur observatories. And we've had exchange students, and Rotary is just a great opportunity to do good things far greater than one could imagine for themselves.
Thank you.
Thanks. Katie.
I have been in Rotary for 9 years. I'm president-elect for the Rotary Club of Akron. And the reason I joined Rotary was after my kids were all done being in school and I was done with all the PTA presidential leaderships, I had to find my new service life. And so friends introduced me to this, and this is where I found my family of choice.
I got to watch that already.
Thanks. Ed.
Good morning. Ed Wagner here. I'm going to be president-elect of the Northampton Merriman Valley Club. Been in Rotary for about 20 years between 2 different clubs, and got into Rotary more of a outgrowth from being in JCs and, moving into more service oriented.
Very good. Bob Voss.
Let me unmute myself here. Excuse me, I'm fighting a cold or something. I'm Bob Voss. I'm with what was formerly the Chesterland Rotary Club, and now we're called the Geauga West Rotary Club. And the reason for that is, let me just say that Newberry High School merged with West Geauga High School. And so we thought, well, we can't really be just called Chesterland. And so we're taking that upper quadrant of Geauga County that the other 3 clubs, Chardon, Burton Middlefield, and Chagrin Valley, don't really cover. So we kind of said, let's be Geauga West Rotary Club. I started going to Rotary, well, it'll be almost 25 years next year. And part of it is I've worked in the service sector my whole life. I worked at the Metzenbaum Center in Chesterland, and I did some child protection work for the county. And so I've always been in the, serving, helping industry, and Rotary was a natural fit. I was the centennial president in 2005, which was really cool because they had the international convention in Chicago, which was absolutely phenomenal. And after that experience, I really got more involved at the district level. I was on the district board. I became assistant district governor for 3 years, and I was in the queue for district governor-elect. Sorry, Bob, but life got in the way, and we had to end up taking care of aging parents, as you know, which is a challenge. And sadly, over the last 3 years, I've lost my mom and my father-in-law, and my mother-in-law is struggling right now. So it's been a hard 3 years, which is why I had to kind of pull back. But on the club level, this is my second time around as president. And so I'm looking forward to that because our club is really super and dynamic. And I'm looking forward to being more effective at the local level. But again, I understand how it all connects, and Rotary connects the dots, not only at the district level, but at the national and international level. So I'm pretty excited, Bob, to be president once again next year. So
and I'll tell you what, one of the things about Bob, he does the celebration of life at our district conference every year, which is one of the biggest attended events that we have, and you do a fantastic job. And I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you he's a past Rotarian of the Year, so.
Well, I appreciate that. Thanks, Bob. And it is important to remember all the Rotarians who have, come before us, because there have been so many that have served for so many years. And so I think to recognize them each year is a real honor for me. So
Perfect.
thanks. I'm glad to be here, everybody. Don't be hesitant to give me a call for any reason about anything.
Thanks, Bob. Jen.
I'm Jen Stewart. I'm representing the club from Talmadge. I've been in Rotary officially for 3 years. Been involved with our local Rotary Club though for probably close to 15. As a school employee and school counselor, worked closely with our Rotary Club and reached out on many partnerships as they advocated for our students, and we worked together on many community service projects and leadership projects and things like that. So when my position changed through the schools and I moved to central office, my schedule finally allowed me to attend meetings. So I've been a proud member for the last 3 years.
Thanks. Maureen, are you safe to talk in your car?
Yes, I am. My name is Maureen Garnett. We're just getting ready to go in a gate. Maureen Garnett. I'm from the Hillcrest Rotary Sunrise. I've been in Rotary for about 10 years. The thing about Rotary, I think like I've been in there longer because my dad was in Rotary a long time ago, and he was a former Rotary president in Northern Illinois. So that was my first introduction. Since then I like to volunteer a lot. So this was kind of like more of it's kind of a fun volunteer outlet where you get a lot of skills and meet a lot of neat people. I've participated in the community service chair in my club, and also I had participated in the public image at the district. And I'm looking forward to just being able to serve the club again and serve the community of the Mayfield area, and just have a good time doing it.
Thank you. Mike.
Hi, Mike Mays with the North Ridgeville Club. I've been in Rotary, the best I can figure, over 25 years. This is my 3rd time as president. Maybe I'll get it right this time. My career was in nonprofit management, and I traveled all over the country and always found a Rotary a friendly place. Great to make friends and lifelong relationships, and I'm looking forward to the service next year or this year.
3rd time's a charm.
I hope.
Thank you. Tom. Did we lose Tom? Oh, there he
I guess
is.
I got to unmute, don't I? Hi, I'm Tom Gelati. I'm Vice President of the Strongsville Rotary Club. I've been a member of the club for 30 years, hosted 4 exchange students over the years, and have always found that to be very rewarding, and actually still keep in touch with a lot of those, or all of those students. We kind of have a line of succession. So Barry is going to be the president next year, and I'm following behind him. So looking forward to it and growing our club.
Thanks. Amanda.
Hello, Amanda Sen. I'm a part of the Kent Club. I'm at field hockey practice right now, so I apologize. I have been in Rotary since 2017. I joined because I was born and raised in Kent, and I moved away for a while, but eventually my husband and I decided to move back and raise our family here. And I just enjoy being a part of organizations that make the community better.
Thank you, Emily.
I am so sorry for my dog.
Oh, we
He's
didn't hear
yelling
it.
at people walking by. But I am Emily Fuller. I'm with the Jefferson Rotary Club. I I'm a fairly recent member. I joined in 2021 after being a program. I saw what all they were doing in the community and I decided to invite myself. So, and this year I accepted being president-elect. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you very much.
Corey.
Hi, I'm Corey. Oh,
Everyone, I'm Laura Gambrell. I am the president-elect of the Rotary Club of Cleveland. I also joined in 2017. I worked for the Achievement Centers for Children, which began in 1941 as a Rotary project. And so someone at the Achievement Centers is a member of the Cleveland Club. That was me when I was working there, and I really did not get super involved until the pandemic. And I know it's hard to believe we were able to do anything, but we really approached our time together as really valuable, and I got close with so many like-minded people who really enjoyed supporting projects and people in their community, and that's what drives me. I've been in nonprofit leadership roles for 25 years. So it's in my heart to work with other people who I can't ask for help faster than they can put their hands up. And those are the people I want to spend my time with.
Thank you. Corey.
I'm Corey Harrington. I'm with the Berea Club and president-elect. I grew up in scouting, and so had some interaction with Rotary growing up through there. And then my uncle and aunt hosted students when I was younger. And then in college was in a community service fraternity. We didn't have Rotaract, but co-ed service fraternity. After moving around for a while and settling in Berea, wanted to find another way to give back and serve, and Rotary was that. So December will be 2 years for me.
Very good.
Thank you. Susan.
Here. So first, let me apologize. I was trying to shut my camera off when I was in the barn doing all my barn work, so I hope that wasn't too distracting for anyone. I have horses and goats and chickens, and they need tended to. So my name is Susan Parker, and I'm president-elect for the Chardon Rotary. I've only been with the Chardon Rotary a few years, but this is my second stint as a Rotarian. Back in the 2000s, when I lived in the Poconos in Pennsylvania, I was very active in our Rotary Club there for many years, up into the 2010s, until we moved here. I'm active in other nonprofits as well. The Rotary's mission is just very near and dear to me. We have some amazing people in there, and I'm looking forward to supporting our club so that we can do more great things in our community.
Very good.
Rick.
Hi, this is Rick Ridley, as Laura Gamble calls me, I'm the president-elect for the Rotary Club of Cleveland. Joined Rotary 6 years ago. Paul Quay convinced me to join. And one of the things I just absolutely love about Rotary is in the 1990s, I was doing some work in Africa and personally witnessed the economic devastation of an entire community and really just felt helpless. And when I joined Rotary, I saw for the first time that I could, help have an impact to benefit people, and really have loved it ever since.
Great. Did I get everybody?
Steve, this is iPad Charlie.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Charlie.
No, that's all right. I didn't sign in. I just hit the link, which is why my name isn't in it. So you could call me incognito as well. But no, this is Charlie Fink, and I'm with the Rotary Club of Aurora, Ohio, and I am the president-elect for 25-26 coming up, which I'm happy to say will be our 25th anniversary, as our club was chartered in 2000. So we're going to make that a big, fun year. Not unlike Carrie and Maureen, I just recently found out that my grandfather on my father's side was a charter member of the Rotary Club of Pittsburgh. And yes, I am from Pittsburgh. I do root for the Browns only when they're not playing the Steelers.
Well, we got that going.
Yeah, I've been with Rotary for about 6 years now, and I was recruited by Jane Addams at a soup party that we both attended with her husband. And she said, "Why don't you come to a meeting?" And the first meeting that I actually came to when I moved to Aurora was a subject matter which was near and dear to my heart, which had to do with addiction. And it was a panel discussion, and it was one of the best meetings I think I've ever attended. And so that led me to joining, and I was asked to be president several times, but work, as happens with everybody, this stage gets in the way. So because I was traveling so much, I couldn't attend Wednesday 7:30 meetings. So I retired in December and was begged by our current president, my friend Vic Berriman, to be president-elect, and I had no reason not to accept. So I'm looking forward to having a great year next year.
Well, I'll tell you what, Charlie, that's one of my, one of the goals that I'm working with, and one of my projects is mental health and addiction. And it's also near and dear to my heart. So I hope you'll enjoy the year, because I've got some really good speakers for our district conference and others to come in. So
Good. Awesome. I'll enjoy it.
That everybody, we have no other sneak-ins like him?
Well, we've got one more.
Okay.
My name is Steve Warren, and besides being the district lead chair, I am a president-elect for what is now called the Rotary Club of Northeast Ohio, formerly known as the E-Club. I joined Rotary in 2015 after following my wife Cheryl around to various Rotary events for about 20 years. When she was going through the DG line, she dragged me to some international conventions, and it just really opened my eyes to Rotary. And we got back, and I asked to join, and I joined the Rotary Club of Akron. Then our offices moved away where I couldn't attend meetings on a regular basis. And the district was forming the E-Club, and I thought that would be a great opportunity for me to stay involved with Rotary. So I became a charter member of the E-Club, served as their first chair because we were started as a satellite club, so I couldn't officially be a president. So now I'm going through to be officially become a president of the E-Club. All right, now it's all yours, Bob.
No. Before that, you have to tell everybody your real talent for the year.
My real talent?
This has to do with the North Pole.
Oh, I have been a Santa for, this is my 10th year of doing Santa Claus, my first year of growing a real beard to do it. So I'm in the process of growing out my facial hair, and Cheryl follows me along with that as Mrs. Claus. So yeah, it's something I like to do when it gets cold out.
There you go. Well, thank you all very much. I'll tell you what, I hear a lot of passion. I hear a lot of history. And then I also heard a few of I've been here 2 or 3 years, to where you walked out of the room, you came back and you were president-elect. So, I mean, that's kind of what Rotary's like, but it's a great family. And I think we have a real group, a real great group here. Like I said before, I just wanted everybody, some of the people that just came in, as far as the district governor and the district, we're there to help the clubs thrive and prosper. So, we're not going around telling people what to do. We're like, or at least I am, what can I do for you? And I hope everybody has my email and more importantly, my cell phone number, because you can reach out anytime. I'm also retired and have plenty of time, but I'm looking forward to this journey that we're all going to have together, because it'll be fun. It's probably not going to end as we thought it would in the beginning, but I think it's going to end well, because our biggest thing is growth and having fun. Don't forget about having fun. So the second part was, everybody has got the schedule that I sent out, because it's a mixture of Rotary events we're going to do just as a district, and then there's 2 that we're going to do as all Ohio districts. That there's 4 other districts in Ohio, And just to let you know, there's four women district governor elects, and there's me. So when I was at Zone, they renamed me to Roberta. So when we go to All Ohio Pets, that's just, don't tell anybody, but that's how I'm going to be announced at there. So we'll have a lot of fun. The big thing that I want to bring up is the October 19th event that we're having up at Mentor High School. It is a club experience summit. We've tried membership so many different times and used the same people, and we're just looking at it in a totally different view. And I took one of the dates off the schedule that I could beg you all to come up and spend the morning up at Mentor High. It's a free event, but you do have to go to, excuse me? Oh, it's probably Bob coughing. But it's a free event, but you do have to register for it on the district website. But part of it's going to be, we've got 4 clubs that increased attendance by a net of 25% or more. And they're going to talk about how they did it. We're also going to talk with new members to find out why they joined Rotary and what they're expecting to get out of Rotary. You know, our biggest problem is not finding members, it's retaining members. And we lose them in the first 3 years. So I mean, it's only a 3-hour event. I'm hoping that you can come up and, you know, it's not a lecture thing. It's all round table with discussion. So I think that you'll enjoy that. And for a reward after that, we're all going to Collision Bend Brewery, the two things down in Euclid, and the district and myself and Dale Smith will buy everybody's first round. So if you need an incentive, there it is. But I'd really like you to be there because it's a lot of work has went into it with Dale and the group, and I think you'll see the change in the approach of membership, because quite frankly, it has been a little stale. Is there anyone that doesn't know how to get into My Rotary? Are you all registered in My Rotary?
Yes.
Susan, no?
No.
Okay.
I'm not either.
Okay, Steve, do you want to show them, go to My Rotary, show them where they would have to sign up, and then we can do the goals at another time.
Sure, we can do it all at once. It'd be pretty simple here. Let me share my screen.
By the way, between Steve and Cheryl, they are IT people, and last night it took me 2 hours to change the background on my, on my screen, and when it went on backwards, so I had to call Cheryl again. So, thank goodness for them.
Are you seeing the My Rotary page?
Yes.
Okay. This, when you search for My Rotary, this is the page that comes up. And to sign in, right up here in the corner, register. That's all there is to it. To register. Yes. Peanut gallery over here, coaching from the sidelines. So it's just simple. You put in your name and create a password just like any other site, and that'll give you access to My Rotary, which gives you a ton of stuff, a lot of which we'll be going over through the course of this training throughout the year. But one of the things that Bob wanted to show today is putting in your goals as a president-elect or a president. And so I'll go ahead and sign in, since I already have once you have a login, sign-in page. Just a fair warning, the Rotary International website is extremely slow. You'll see this little spinny thing quite frequently
Forever,
anytime
right?
you go on. Okay, so there's two ways to get into where you would enter your goals for the upcoming year. It's under what they call Rotary Club Central, and you can scroll down and there's a thing here that tells you a little bit about Rotary Club Central. And if you click on that, it'll take you right in. Being impatient, as soon as the landing page comes up under My Rotary, Rotary Club Central is right here. So I don't have to do any scrolling. You can just click on it. And here are the club goals for my club. As you can see, our president has not yet put any goals in. And this is one of the reasons Bob wants to show us all how to do this, is so that we can get our goals in as soon as possible.
And realize the goals may not go in until even after the district conference. But one of the biggest problems we've run into are clubs not putting their goals in because Rotary International looks at this. Now you'll see there's a bunch of goals over there, and you don't have to do them all. I mean, pick the ones that you want to do. If you want to grow your club, if you want to do projects, you know, if you're going to have people going to leadership participation, pick the ones you want. But we'll go over this more as we go into the future. But I wanted to hit this and then the club runner.
Yeah, that's pretty much where you put it. One of the problems that we found when Bob asked me to look into demonstrating this is that RI doesn't necessarily recognize presidents-elect. They, as an officer of the club. So while we do that in the US, internationally, PEs aren't recognized as an officer. So most of us don't have permission to get in here and make changes. Because I am currently an officer in my club, I can get in here and I can make changes to the goals. The goal that you want to work on, we'll just pick service participation since it's on the top. You select the goal and you can put in, you know, what the value and what you're going to do for it, and then save it. It's pretty simple.
So the big thing for this is it's not time to put any goals in. If you could go to Club Runner and find it, then that's a victory for us. And, you know, between this and the next meeting, if you could do that, just to be able to find it, that's a good thing.
And it's in My Rotary, not Club Runner, Bob.
I'm sorry, My Rotary. I mixed the two up. I'm sure I just got a demerit from Cheryl.
She didn't hear you.
Can I ask you a question, Steve?
Sure.
Since it's not tied to Club Runner, how do you gain access to be able to manipulate your goals? Do you have to be a site administrator, or is there an access code?
Yeah, your club has to give you permission. Someone in a club officer, your president, your secretary, whoever has administrative rights, who gives them access to get in there.
Okay, well, I'm the
okay
admin person, so
okay, yeah, you have to be a club officer that's recognized by RI. So if you're one of those, you will have access.
And then July 1st of 2025, you'll become the president of the club and then would have access, correct, Steve?
Correct. Yeah.
Right.
So since I'm a president-elect, I'm not recognized as an officer, even though I'm on the board. So I won't have access, but my president would.
Right.
Okay, thanks.
And then there's a way to toggle through the years up at the top. So this will be our year, 25, 26. And then we can go back and look at the goals for last year if you want to see what's your club's been up to.
And just to let you know, we have been, Dale last year and Cheryl have been fighting with RI because what they recognize due to the international Rotaries is they call their president-elect the vice president. So they understand it. So we're still trying to fight that in the background. But in the meantime, like I said, I just wanted to be able to show you where we were.
So quick question, Bob and Steve. This is Bob Voss. If I do have permission and the access to get in now, can I put my goals in early?
Sure.
I can.
You
Okay.
just have to toggle to the 25, 26.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
And here's what it looks like when you have goals in. I flipped over to the Rotary Club of Akron, and here is, what they've put in for service participation, and then how that's the history of their goals. Social activity, they completed 3 of their 4 in the previous year. So it keeps the history and also keeps a running tab of what you've been doing.
Hey, Steve.
Once there are goals in there. Yes, sir.
This is Dan Gary. Hey, I got a quick question for you. It's been a few years since I've been into my Rotary, and I'm trying to change my password to match my club runner, but it's asking for the current password and I don't remember it. And it's starred out.
Okay. Let me find out how to do that and I'll get back to you, Dan.
Thank you.
He's got the expert next to him.
That's right.
And like I said, you would not believe how invaluable both Steve and Cheryl are when it comes to doing things with Club Runner and my Rotary. She's my go-to person. I can't believe she hadn't blocked me on her phone yet.
Did we hit what you wanted to hit here, Bob?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And let's see, you wanted to
go to Club Runner just to show them, and this is also another future point, that at some point you're going to have to, or your secretary is going to have to put the changing in the guard in for July 1st of next year. And, so you'll hear me talk about these, a couple more times, just because if there's 2 areas that we tend to miss or overlook, it's this and the goal.
All right, so this, for those who are familiar with Club Runner, is the Club Runner login page. Again, if
No, you're
okay, so I've clicked into my club. And as far as changing the list of the officers, you'll come down to organization. And under organization, you'll see executives and directors. And a click on that will bring you to your officers page. This is our current officer for our club this year.
That one, Steve.
What's that?
Hit the next year so they can see that there won't be anybody there.
Nobody there for next year. So first thing you can do is, if you're going to keep all the officer positions, not the people, but the positions, you click over to carry over to next year, and it will take the positions over. So you don't have to re-enter all the positions. And then when you get to the next page, it'll have the positions, and then you can edit. And, put the new person's name in. So let's see. Let's see if we can go ahead and carry over for our club for next year. Okay, so I carried over the positions. So here we are in next year. All the positions are there, no names. So hopefully Steve Warren will get elected. The names of all your members are in the drop down. Dave. And your new president is in there for next year, and you can do that for all your officers.
Remember, this isn't something that you need to do now. I just wanted to show you where it was at, as it's really something, if we get it done by July 1st, we're in good shape.
And this is another thing that you'll need to have club runner access for it. This is something your club can give to you if you don't already have it. And if the people in your club don't know how to give it, get Cheryl's number from Bob, and and she can help your club give you the proper access.
Hey, can you go just to the home page there for Club Runner?
Yeah.
Yeah. And one of the things I'm not sure that everybody is using District 6630, you know, as an information source, but it's a tremendous information source.
Where do you want to go here, Bob?
I just want to go to the home page of 6630. I think up at top, I think if you hit home, sure, please. Home up there, right by your name.
There.
Yep. Now it keeps bringing yours up. But I'll tell you the best way that I do it is I type in my Google search district or Rotary District 6630. The homepage will come up, but it has all the information. It also has, if you go into District 6630 in the tab, it has a calendar of all the events going on. So we'll talk about this more, but it's really a you know, a great page, and you can find out, you know, really anything, you know, about what's going on in a district in it. And well, like I said, we'll talk more on it in our coming classes. All right, two things, like I said, I'm looking at it, but I'm already 1 minute past where I thought you'd be off. Two things that I really want you to start thinking about, and they're not till next year, is All Ohio Pets, which is March 14th and 15th, and the district conference, which I don't know when that is. The district conference will be held in Beechwood at that Marriott that we held it at 3 years ago. A great thing, but I really, you know, for the president-elect, there is lead training that's going to be going on there both Friday and Saturday, and we'd really love to have you come into attendance there. And then with that, what questions do you have for me? What training do we need to do that we haven't talked about or is on the schedule? Because we can do anything. We can do it individually. We can do it by group, however we need to do it. Yes, Susan.
Question, you had mentioned a schedule that was sent out.
Yes.
And while I was listening, I was going through all my email. How was that sent out? Because I didn't have like that October 19th event. So where do I find all that?
It was sent out August 19th by Mike DeVonzo.
Okay.
And it was a revision to the first one that we sent out. But I was having Mike send things out, and I know that's caused confusion. So in the future, I'm just going to send them out using the district email, because we have everybody listed. But if you look for that,
I was gonna say, Steve sent it back out to me on September 12th. This is
I looked at, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was saying, I looked at that email and my computer's saying there's an attachment, but I just went through all the replies and I don't see an attachment, so.
I can send
I'll
it to you.
figure it out.
And think about these things as far as future, what we have on the schedule may or may not be what you want to learn. And like I said, excuse me, I really want to give you the tools that you're looking for to start your year off start your year off running. I thank Steve Warren for everything that he does. And I thank all of you guys for stepping up to the plate. It looks like a fun group that we'll be able to have John give us his jokes. Maybe we'll do a 3 or 4 joke limit for John per meeting, but at least that'll help him a little bit. But again, thank you all. I hope you have a great weekend.
Hey, Bob, before you go, Corey's got a question.
Oh, Corey.
Yeah, real quick. As a newer Rotarian, in a club that's smaller, we obviously have the Skrazinskis and Linda, who are great. But is there a good location to find when other clubs are meeting, just so that I can learn like what others are doing, and try to join those, just again to learn more about what might be done to help grow or provide programming for our club.
Hey, Corey, this is Bob Voss with Jaga West Rotary. When I was assistant district governor, I visited all the clubs in our cluster. I would highly recommend you do that. And that way you will meet not only the president-elects, but some other key people. And it's a great way just to expand your knowledge base on Rotary. So I would say do that. Take the time to do that.
Is there a good location to find that information, like when they meet and things like that within
Corey,
Club Runner?
The district website that Bob showed us briefly just a moment ago, there is under the there's a little block of information called district info, and it has a list of all the clubs, their contacts. There's a map of where the clubs are in the district, and when you hover over them, it gives meeting times and locations.
Got it. Thank you very much.
And Corey, I'll tell you what, if for some reason you have difficulties with that, reach out to me and you and I could do a one-on-one, and I can show you there's that way, and then there's a different way to do it from clubs and memberships. So that's a great idea. And I fully agree with Bob. I think being assistant governor was the push to the next step to be able to do this, because you get to meet more people. So.
Hey, Bob, you said
Yes.
about your phone. You said about your phone number. I don't have it. Can you pop it into the chat for us?
Yes, I will.
And I see Carrie commented that the district conference is April 25th and 26th.
Because she would know that. And there it is.
Thank you.
And I'll tell you what, and then when I start using my page versus having Mike DeVonzo send it out, if you look at the bottom of that, my phone number and email are down there as well. But call me, because I'll tell you what, if you ask my wife, I have no life. So again, thank you all. Enjoy the weekend. Looks like a beautiful day out there now. And I hope to see you all October 19th at the high school. So take care.
Thanks,
Thanks
Bob.
again, Steve.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thanks, Bob.
Take care.
You're welcome.